So, last time we came down the tower, down a couple of levels, passing by level 4, seeing it was mostly administrative stuff to do with the House Lyranda Sky Tower. A lot of flight logs, a lot of data on airships, and so on and so forth. But what was noticeable is the mention of the other locations around the city. What were they called? Oh, it's not in these notes.
The geothermal station, the Silver Spire, Skyreach, and the Creation Forge.
Those are the ones. Outlining in a bit more detail what they might be used for. Coming down to the 3rd level, we encountered a bunch of were creatures or hybrid creatures of rocks. These bird-like monstrosities. Whilst also at the bottom of the map, there was conjoined twin goblins that was using some sort of psychic abilities to hold themselves together, channeling the winds around this tower, pulling winds in, pushing winds out. But the combat ensued, and we came out on top, if not for a spirit of death getting pushed around a little bit by these winds. But after assisting as many kills as he possibly could, Jalug finally got one at the end. And Tari put out a little bit of healing, pointed out to Ghost not to shoot the crates, and we cleared the level. Looting the bodies, Puck found a pair of ventilating lungs. Found some gold, and between Hera and Ghost, you managed to dissect the rocks and extract some handy items from them. So we kind of pick up, we've got, still half tower below us to clear, but it's coming a bit more clear on what we could do here, whether you were planning on setting a trap or not. So as everyone kind of rejoins back together, still with this looming Grim Reaper figure just kind of hanging out behind Hera.
I didn't know what it was, but I zoomed in on the map and I was like, what the fuck is that scary ass thing?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
It's a Necron.
Yeah. Little green eyes. Although, yeah, there's no face underneath the hood, as the hero had described. But yeah, you all start coming back together. This floor being cleared. I think you had announced the different things that you had found, but you kind of split the gold between you all as you kind of all start or stop searching the bodies and kind of come to acknowledge that everyone is back in the group. What's the plan? Julie kind of takes a back step into the background. T-poses.
I think I gave the lungs to one of the artificers, I think. Is that right? I have no use.
I think Molokov was interested in them, but we didn't really play it out.
Yeah. I will actively pass those to you. I don't want them or need them, and I have nothing I can do with them.
Oh, thank you. I have some ideas.
Well, if you find something useful for me, maybe we can... Anyway, I suppose we should keep clearing this tower. Has anyone had any thoughts about how to set a trap?
I've got a couple of ideas, but I need to investigate these controls a little bit more. Why don't we keep clearing the space and then come back to it?
Okay. All right. Down level then. Jalug, you want to come with me in the opening salvo? or are we going to try and send the spirit down first again? Didn't seem to do much last time, unfortunately. They weren't really scared.
No,
Let's just jump him.
but perhaps we could use him as a little bit of a distraction. Might give us a second to move around.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell the spirit
His face to the floor.
to stand here,
Oh, okay.
and then
Yes.
as soon as the elevator doors closed, he's just gonna go straight down.
Okay. Can we
To the
check
next
that
level.
the spirit can
So
move
tell him
through?
to wait until our door.
Yeah, can you just quickly check that the spirit can just move through things? I'm pretty sure it can.
I suppose actually it depends on what the distance is between this level and the floor below.
I think it will be fine. And you're just telling it to go one floor, so you're going
Um,
to floor 2.
I will say descend. More.
Oh yeah, I can use its whole movement as if it was difficult terrain to get through things.
Cool.
Puck is very interested in this because at level 13 I get this feature if we ever get there.
Oh, no
But I'm like-
way.
Watching what's happening, very interested.
I like it. So you all kind of go back towards the elevator, open the gates, pile in, and just before you hit descend, you see the spirit kind of look over its shoulder as it seeps into the ground. You close the grates, hit 2, the elevator jolts into action, knowing that you can come back to this level, obviously. You kind of listen out for, cries of panic or alarm, but again, you don't hear anything at the moment as the doors ding and pulse open.
While we're on
First
the
it's an-
elevator, I uncork it. While we're on the elevator, I uncork a basic healing potion.
Okay, are you going to take it?
I am indeed.
Okay, cool.
And
And
did you
I'll
get
also-
envy out yet? Because you wanted to get envy out
just
last time and you'd forgotten.
Yeah. This is the in the elevator moment. Like, right, okay, come here, Abby.
As we listened to Girl from
Knocks back a
Ipanema.
health potion. Screws a vial of rock poison onto the bottom of my hammer.
Nice.
Gives it a test swing. All right.
Yeah, no check required that you don't accidentally hit something in this small elevator, waving your hammer around with poison attached to it. I'm not going to make you do that. The doors open and here straight away you see the spirit just floating there in the middle, and everyone else kind of sees this spirit and gets that shudder down their spine. But what's more of a shudder is that it looks like this floor used to be desks and filing cabinets and stuff, but everything has been pushed to the sides. Everything has been cleared out of the middle, and what kind of makes it even a little bit more horrifying is the spirit of death is floating above what looks like etched carvings in the wooden floor. Symbols and markings and what look like words. And you can't really quite get a good angle at it at the moment. You'd probably might have to get up higher to look down to see the whole picture. But does anyone speak or read Abyssal?
No.
I'm going to take that as a no. So you don't see any words or phrases that you understand, but the spirit of death is looming in the middle here, and you see under it is like almost like a mound of books and tomes in the middle, stacked up on each other. And yeah, all the filing cabinets, all the desks have been almost shunted to the walls. They're knocked over and everything, and it's this big crater with all these etchings on the wooden floor.
Other than that, the room is just empty.
Completely empty.
There's no
Cautiously,
movement.
Puck will step out, checking for traps and things, looking around.
Sure. Give me investigation.
I think that's a 26 on investigation. Is that right? Yep.
26. As you kind of step out, you feel the floorboards and make sure nothing's moving or any wires are out. And it doesn't appear that this is trapped. It appears that it has been almost manically cleared, and all these etchings in the ground have been like etched with like, rusty daggers and stuff like that. They don't look ornate or anything. It looks like scribbles almost that have been carved into the wood.
I don't speak that. Is it worth trying to quickly make a sketch of it and examine that later, or is it worth trying to
I
scratch
can
it up if
translate
it's
it.
some kind of spell?
We have 5 minutes or so. I can try and understand it.
We've got one floor to go. Why don't we
come back to it?
I just want to know that this building is empty of foes. Hate leaving something looking so auspicious, but if it's not hurting us right now, it shouldn't hurt us if we step away from it, right?
Sure, we can spare 5 minutes. Head back to the elevator. Do you want to do the thing again with the spirit?
Yeah. Stay where you are and descend again.
It doesn't really give an acknowledgement back, but you can tell that its time is coming towards it to an end soon.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well.
All right, you will pile back
So I'll make the
in.
most of him while he's still with us.
Yeah, you pile back in the elevator, leaving this almost looks like a shrine of some sorts, alone to come back to. Close the doors, hit descend, re-prepare yourselves again, and this time, before the doors open, you hear commotion, movement, scuttling. What the fuck is wrong? Ding! The doors open, and you see your spirit of death in the middle of this first floor of this Sky Reach Tower. This is clearly where people would be buying tickets, coming in and putting their luggage away, like the terminal station, be it small. As the doors open and you see hulking around this room, almost like the silhouettes you saw through the window, Puck. These creatures that resemble half man, half boar, grunt workers, all reacting,
And bear.
rushing at the spirit of death. But one figure, that you do see that is different is almost a priestly figure, almost like with a black cloak and a horned helmet on, but the cloak is made of feathers, as you see this guy in the center.
This guy.
And with this guy, with a surprise round from the spirit, I'd like everyone to roll initiative. And I will move you to the map. That's what I was doing.
That could not have been much worse.
as the priest-like figure is reeling back from the spirit and trying to grab command of the situation. Oh, he has not got a good initiative. And the boars. Wow. Could I roll any worse today?
Get them out now. Just get them all out.
And Tari with a solid 10. Okay, so Spirit, you get to go first. And then it can act after your turn as well, obviously. You're pretty high on the initiative too. Not bad.
Yeah, I was as surprised as you are.
It's not often Harry gets to go right up there.
Second.
Second, yeah.
So he will just sort of come down, scythe in one hand, and will take a couple swings at. Actually, no. He will take a couple swings at the priestly looking man.
Sure.
For an 18 and a 22.
Jesus. They both hit.
Nice.
And as the scythe kind of goes through, you see that this cloak is purely fashionable. It doesn't actually serve as a wing or anything. It seems like they're imitating the likes of what was to come a couple of floors later.
Oh, not bad. 14, 21. $27 points of necrotic damage.
Goodness me. You see the scythe cut through him, and he cries out in pain. As you can see, human body underneath the cloak, normal for all intents and purposes. What the heck is this? We're under attack! Cool. Anything else from the spirit as it has descended on these?
No, I think I will just leave him there.
Nice. Do I need to make a frightened check or anything, or is that an ability from it?
It's a bonus action thing to cause fear in a specific person, but it's. I suppose. Yeah, I will use this bonus action actually to haunt this creature.
Okay. What do I need to do anything?
So while the target is haunted, me and the spirit sense the direction of the target if it is on the same plane as me. Additionally, if it starts its turn within 10 feet of me, has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or will be frightened until its next turn.
Gotcha.
Wisdom saving throw is just my spell save DC.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. Well, then we'll go to top.
It is haunted until it dies.
Well, shit. That might be soon, though.
It could be soon.
If you haunt a second target, does it stop the haunting of the first target, or can you just
Yeah.
track 1,000 people.
It says it's haunted until it dies, until the spirit disappears, or the spirit uses this action again.
Gotcha. That's handy though, to know the location of or the direction of a target.
Yeah, it's great.
Like my first thought
Nifty.
was at the university, Kelly disappearing through her portal, getting a location on a villain before they disappear for at least for an hour, because it's until the spirit disappears.
Yeah,
You could then try.
I was thinking about that.
Not try something.
Triangulate.
Triangulate to be like, how do we cast scry in that direction? How do we look through the lens of true seeing in that direction? Like, you could probably figure out locations pretty quickly. As these thoughts flash through your head, Puck, you're up.
All good. Just a question for you. I have not said that I have ignited my blade, but considering we were coming down expecting combat and we heard fighting,
You can have it ignited for sure.
cool. I was going to say, is that a reasonable thing to be like, I'm igniting it as the doors open before we start fighting? That's all cool. All right, sweet. Puck is going to quickly try and assess the situation, but he's going to see the ghost fighting and he's going to, or the spirit fighting, and he's going to just run straight into here, and he's going to make an attack with his sword.
I've just noticed that your token isn't fully behind the square. There's like a little circle around it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't understand why there's a circle. I looked at that before and I was like, what is going on? Same with Molokov though. There's a little circle there. I don't really understand.
Buzzy. Okay, coming in for an attack. Go for roll for an attack.
Yep. Yep. So I rolled 14 plus 8. So was that 22?
I can tell you now that it'll hit.
Cool. And I'll pump sneak attack into this.
Nice.
All right, that is a good roll. Wow, nothing below a 4. That's 37 points of damage.
Hera, you know that the direction of this guy is no longer on this plane as he dies.
That was a massive roll.
You ignite your sword and come up and just be like straight through him, following the path of the scythe. What is noticeable though is that even though he screams out in pain, just before he falls, you just see almost a little bit of peace in his eyes as he just falls backwards and dead, completely dead.
Puck also sees like this little green energy that sort of coalesces into a small object, and he kind of looks at it just as it fades away. Not something he's ready for yet. But with that, I'm going to pump out a Whales from the Grave.
Nice.
And so I guess the one that's unengaged. This one over here is going to take 2d6. 9 points of necrotic.
9 points, nice.
And then Puck is going to... I've used all of my movement. Puck is going to use his bonus action to shoot it with his hand crossbow. And I will take minus 10 for sharpshooter.
Uh-huh.
Which is pretty... and that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sorry, yes, minus 5. Yep. Sorry, so the dirty 20 on the dice before so that would make it a 15.
Yeah, that still hits.
Yep. And that is 1d6. 20 even points of damage.
20 points of damage. Nice.
Yep, little wrecking ball comes in. And that's going to be my turn.
Nice. Hera. You sense that obviously this haunted creature is gone from this plane now, but you almost get that sense of that green light as well, that energy of a spirit going somewhere yeah, something doesn't sit quite right with you. But it is your turn. You're up. That's you, Hera.
The suspense.
Are you muted?
So muted.
That'll be why you were rushing me while I was talking. It's like I'm saying what I'm doing, man. Here, it's your turn. I'm like, I know it's my turn. Okay, I'll step. Hmm? I'll step forward. No, it's not. Why are we not? Excuse me, sir. Why are you not? I can't. I can't move my dude.
You should be able to.
I can grab it, and it like pulls, and it goes like a quarter of a square in any.
Yeah, I know why. I know why.
Ah,
There you go. I know why.
Okay.
Because I
You've tried it.
initially had this layer like this. Because it was the first layer you were coming in on from the mists, and I decided to turn that off because it's now a quick glass one, and there's a wall that you couldn't move through there. So Molokov, you're the same. I'll have to move you down here.
Classic. I was like, I can't. It's not letting me. It's
because the elevator doors were then
I
going to
am just
open
gonna-
and like light up the floor.
that would have been cool. Very cool. I'm just going to hold my palm out, and a necrotic skeletal hand will emerge from my hand and fly towards this guy. I'm gonna just cast a chill touch on him.
Go for it.
Which is gonna be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit. Go for damage.
7 necrotic damage.
Nice. Anything else from you?
No. I think I'm gonna play this like last time and just sort of stay right next to the fucking elevator, far from the fray.
Yeah.
So I'll just get the spirit to make his 2 attacks against him. One of them's a 13,
That'll hit.
and the other one is a natural 20.
Oh, okay. All right. Last few moments of this thing, and it is like, I'm going to show you what I can do.
So the first swing is only going to be 9 necrotic damage.
Yep.
And then the other one, I haven't rolled a natural 20 in a very long time. It's max dice and then the dice rather than just the dice
Yep.
doubled?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Okay. That's going to be 23 necrotic damage.
Yeah, max
Alright.
damage, baby.
Nice. Carves up through this thing, and you can tell that these have a little bit more resilience than the priest did, but it does kind of like reel back, and you see its muscles kind of spasm. That these are definitely lycanthropes that have transformed into their boar form or their wereboar form. If that gives you any indication of how careful to be around them, as you see a little saliva coming off their horned tusks. Yeah.
That is all he's going to do, though.
Okay. That brings us to Tari, who at the moment he's kind of just gonna give the aid action to Ghost. I think he's gonna continue helping Ghost. Who's next?
Good.
Wonderful. As I run away from him, I kind of like half not scruff, but like wrap my arm around Envy's neck as we both exit the elevator, and I sort of side saddle and jump up.
Nice.
And we'll both run over to this fella here. As I like swap hands with the hammer and just sort of take this big haymaker swing towards its jaw.
Nice.
With valence, with the poison on it. So this is the first time I've used this feature.
Nice. Nice.
Let's see how it works.
Tari will come up behind you and go, "It looks like they're wereballs. Don't let them bite you."
God damn it, Tari! That's so cold. That's plus. Oh God, come on. Plus 10 to hit, so 16.
Whoa, that will hit.
This is one of the unique artificer things. Since this is a magical weapon, I use my intelligence, and of course my intelligence has just gone up.
It's massive, yeah.
So this does 1d4 plus 1d8 for the poison. Plus 7. So that's 15 points of damage.
Yep.
Now I've got stuff written down for valence, but I don't know if you want to use the actual poison's ability itself or what I've got for what happens when you use poison.
Because this is not just straight poison, this is its own thing. Use its own thing.
Gotcha. So
because if you just felt like you could find just poison, or fire or ice or water, like whatever. Poison is like an attack thing.
So that's minus 5 points off any damage that it does on its next attacks.
Nice.
And I shall hit it again. But this is without the poison effect now.
Gotcha.
15 to hit?
That'll hit.
Nice. 9 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Nice. You bring this hammer up and smack it across the jaw and then almost like do a little bit of a flick so it's facing the other way and bring it back across its face. And it kind of falls down and you see its body revert to like human form. Still with every sense of evil within it. But yeah, it like finishes its transformation and goes down. The other three kind of like scream out like as they all focus in towards you.
Gross. I think I'll just we'll continue moving with the rest of our movement, which is what? That's 20 foot to there, so just up to there. And Envy will take the dodge action? I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
The dodge action. Give me side to side as we're moving.
Nice. Mole. Stepping out of the elevator, seeing everyone just rush forward. Take a breath.
Rush forward, like, kill each. Okay, I guess we kind of got this one. I'll charge in 1, 2, 3, 4, and sort of look up the stairs and see that one standing there. You'll do. And I'm going to haven't had some good melee targets to do my favorite little thing to do. I'm going to run into him, shield first. I'm going to try and charge him.
Nice.
Tested athletics.
Athletics, you say? Now
natural 20.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Dirty 19.
Like a 28, I think it is.
Yeah, okay. Do you smash him through this window? Is it 10 feet?
No, I'm going to knock him prone. is what
Okay,
I'm
all
gonna
right.
do. So almost just, I imagine Shield first jumped up the stairs and just lands on top of him.
Yep.
And then I'm going to pull out from my belt the silver dagger and try and put it in its throat.
Nice. Roll for attack.
Advantage because he's on the floor. For a 15 plus.
Yep, that'll hit.
23.
What is your max damage for the silver dagger?
Max damage would be +5, so 9. Because I assume it's just a D4 for a dagger.
Yeah, so you auto crit on a silvered weapon against a lycanthrope.
Okay, cool. So I'll add another D4
Yep.
to. It's just a 4, so
Nice.
13. But I will, since that worked. I sort of see it burning as it goes.
Yep.
Oh, it does work. I'll pull it out and go again.
You hear Tari in the background be like, try using silvered weapons against lycanthropes.
Comes up on the loading screen.
I like that
That's a
the
22.
look that went across Puck's face is like, I might just accidentally shoot back that way.
So that's a 22 on that one.
Yep, that'll hit it again, so auto crit.
So 11 points of
11 points. Stab it in
silver
once,
damage.
stab it in the second time, and it burns and sears it as you kind of hear this like guttural pig scream that turns into a more humanoid like "Ah! Ah!" And as he dies, he'll be like, he's coming for you, and dies.
Okay.
From the other side of the room, we know.
Yeah.
Anything else from you?
I believe that was that's all my movement. Bonus action. That's all I got.
Nice. All right, there's 2 remaining, and I think they're going to. Where'd you go, Ghost? Oh, yeah, under envy. That's where you are.
Yes, I am targetable.
There you go.
No, there we go.
Cool. Yeah, I reckon that's the go. They both kind of like hunch their shoulders over and, scuff their feet on the ground, and they're both going to make charge attacks. So one is going to go into Puck, and one is going to go into Ghost. So charge. So I need both of you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
So I can't actually do this, but because I've got the boots of striding and spring, I love the idea. Like, this is a video game, and Puck jumps, and this guy goes straight into the crate behind me.
Yeah,
like that classic. Oh, the boss is charging you, better dodge.
Yep.
That's an 18 on a strength saving throw.
All right, you're all good. And Ghost,
5.
you will fall prone and take 7 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
Puck, you do kind of. It was a strength saving throw, but you kind of like leap out of the way, and it smashes its head into the crate next to you. But they're both going to turn around and go for what are they called?
Goring attack.
Yeah, gore attack.
Is it actually? It was just a guess because of the tusks.
Yeah, it is. It says tusks as the attack, but gore makes more sense. Actions, tusk.
Starts playing some Fleetwood Mac.
Dear Lord. Disadvantage from Envy stepping over me as I sort of land on my back.
Yep, and advantage.
Just use a reaction for prone.
Advantage for prone, so straight roll. Cool. So these are rolls. So Ghost, what do we got here? Plus. Okay. Oh, not bad. 23. That's an 18 on the dice.
Yeah.
And Puck, 17 plus is 22.
That'll hit.
All right. So you both take 10 points of slashing damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I will reaction halve that, so make it 5. And then
But
I'll
are
make
you
my
still
roll.
taking damage from it?
Yes, yeah. And I'll make my roll.
Yeah, you kind of get out of the way, and it does nick you, and you do feel that kind of like something's happening to the cut.
Yep.
To you and Ghost. Constitution saving throws, please.
No.
15.
Through me. Roll better.
15. Puck, you kind of like quickly just like wipe it with like a sleeve or something, and you get like that excess blood out of there. No effect to you. Ghost,
11.
you feel it start to bubble and boil inside. Is there anything you can do to succeed on this Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Because as your generous DM, I'm telling you now that something will happen if you fail it.
I'm well aware.
Well,
So almost
as
instinctively,
Tari goes, it looks like you've been hit.
attacking NPCs may cause them to become aggressive. Yeah, so in a moment of feeling that burn and remembering the poison that I was earlier, I had another vial that was sort of prepped for that lesser restoration, but just in a pinch, I grab it and just smash it against the buckle on my chest over the wound. And I'll use my Flash of Genius to add 7 to that roll.
Brilliant.
That's an 18.
Smash this vial across, and it still burns a little bit, but you do manage to get that excess blood out of there. Cool, that's all they can do. I don't have much hope for them remaining, but Puck, we're back to you.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to use steady aim and stand where I am. And then I'll sneak attack. Like, I better use my sneak attack, so I'll have advantage on the attack. I'll slash at the guy in front of me.
Go for it.
That's like a 27 to hit. Okay. That is 10, 20, 31, 36 points of damage.
Ooh. Massive attack. Oops.
And stuff it. I'll use my Wells from the Grave to hit the guy next to me as well, the other guy.
Green energy flashes out.
8 points of necrotic.
Nice.
And then I'm going to shoot the one in front of me. I can't do that because it's a bonus action to do. So that's my move. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Good bit of damage. Hero coming up, seeing that most of them are going down, but they are kind of going a bit rabid, and they'll need to be put down now. Otherwise, they run the risk of swinging their tusks again at your friends. I think you're muted again.
Definitely muted again.
Yeah, it's because Toast was barking up a fucking storm.
Oh yeah. Your mute icon also sits just over your deck box in the corner there, so I can't see when it's on.
I will just move up a little bit, like sort of curve around to get a little bit of a better shot at this guy between Ghost and the Ghost. And I will just let off another chill touch.
Yep.
For an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Also, Ghost and the Ghost. Great TV show.
Yeah.
Man, like,
The buddy
I want to
cop
see it.
spin-off.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of those shows where there's like friendly ghosts who are like haunting the house, sort of sitcom-y things. I imagine it's exactly that.
But you
I'm-
have to
I'm
go to
a
Hera.
phantom
at the
rogue.
start-
Talks.
You have to go to
You could
Hera
do
at the start
ghosting
of
a
every
phantom
episode
as
and be
well.
like, "Can you resummon, please?" So
Obviously,
Hera
it's
just has
an
a
hour-long
cameo.
episode. That's going to be
what was the
11,
11 damage? Cool.
11 necrotic damage.
Nice. Any bonus actions from you?
Okay. Any real bonus actions? Bonus action, 2-weapon fighting.
No.
I will just stay where I am and watch from afar. And I'll tell the spirit to use its last legs of its time with us to take another couple swings. Ugh. A 13 and an 11.
They will both hit. 11 is the AC.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's what we like to see.
11 in were form, 10 in human form.
I'm so glad we hit this tower backwards.
I was gonna say at the same time. Remember, this was the first thing you were meant to hit to be like
yeah.
exhaust some spells, maybe get a little bit of damage going, possibly like entropy. You know,
That is going to be
how much damage?
28.
28. Nice.
That one was
Solid
well
hits.
cut.
Yeah. Cool. That brings us to Tari's gonna skip this one out. Ghost, you're up.
Tari goes to speak and I say, "Shut it." Is this one looking?
Yep, they're both looking a bit hurt.
Oh, I want to do something cool, but
Do it.
it's not going to do that much damage. Do it anyway. So envy will snap first as a reaction to it attacking me, just with a bite attack. That's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
11 points of force damage.
Nice.
And
Little
as the
small
sort of
amount
bite
of-
on its leg, it attracts its attention. I kind of grab the tusks that had just gored me and just scream into its face, and my eyes go bright red, and I'll just use my mind.
Sliver.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's cool. I like it. Yeah, go for it. Oh, doesn't he make a save or is it an attack?
It needs to make a save. It's an intelligence save.
Oh, not bad on the dice. What do we got here? +0. So 16.
Fails. 18.
That's insane.
That is a nice even 9 points of psychic damage.
So as you guys look on, this thing's just like gored Ghost, and he grabs the tusks and screams into it. And as he does, the air around him shakes and vibrates as this red energy pierces through its eyes, and this thing just like face melts and dies.
Ugh. God. I'll stand up, but that's all I'll do.
Nice. Molokov, turn around, surveil again that your team has literally wiped the floor, and one remains standing face to face with Puck.
Shimin looking a little bit woozy. No fancy tricks this time. I think he's just gonna sort of shoulder straight up to it. Actually, I might, just shoulder straight up to it and try and give it a clobber over the face.
Yeah, nice.
Not good for it. Oh, it doesn't matter. 13.
That'll hit.
For 5 points of damage. thunder
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
And whoa, that went. Where did that go? That's a natural one.
Oh no!
Went flying off behind the computer.
Natural one. You just swing around and like in a Dark Souls game,
Yeah.
in a corridor, you hit the side and it like reverberates back down your arm. You're like, oh geez, that like tennis elbow kind of effect. But
And like just before he was like, I got this. And it was like prepared to finish it off, and just one light hit, and then fuck.
You see Volokov like hit the wall, and you think it, and Tari says it on try not to hit the walls when attacking enemies.
Make sure there's space around you when you're swinging your weapon.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I throw my shield at Tari.
But if you want to be an adventurer like me, try attacking the enemies.
And then like a completely random way. Gambling is a great way to try and make money.
You must conserve light sources when it's dark outside. Torches only last a certain amount of time.
I really want to have an app now where instead of like a star sign daily reminder, it just gives you game tips. I think that'd be brilliant. But what is brilliant is that brings us to its turn once more.
It gets another turn.
It gets another turn. It can't charge because it's in combat at the moment. So I think it's going to spread the love a little bit and try and gore at Molokov twice.
21 to beat.
All right, we've got a +5, so it's not impossible. Rolled a 2 and a 19, so the 24 will hit.
I will shield that.
Nice.
I don't want to get hit. I've seen what just happened. Yep. I don't want to get...
Smack the shield into its tusk and like flicks it away.
Not today.
Puck, your turn. I'm guessing you might take it down this turn, but let's go for it.
I was really hoping that I would have a chance to do what I want to do, but I'm just going to take a swing at it first with the sword.
Yep.
I will reroll the natural one. It's better. That's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit. Go for damage.
Sneak attack. Okay, that is 10, 20. That's 31 points of damage. Is that enough? 31?
31.
Okay, cool. What I think happens is Puck is making this final swing, and then out of nowhere, Jaloo comes in and stabs the guy.
Oh, yes!
And Puck is like mid-swing and like actually has to like pull out so he doesn't hit Jaloo with it. But Jaloo is like, yes! Yes! Mine!
Jaloo Puck is just in with his bonus action and action.
Yeah. Puck's like huffing. He's like genuinely, I nearly cut you in half with that swing. Well done. Okay.
Nice.
And so begins the Legolas Gimli rivalry of our group.
Nice. As you clear the room, and Jaloo and Puck finish their competition, Molotov, you're stuck in the middle of this. Like, what the heck? Like, guys, you can't be cutting each other. Hera, you notice that the spirit kind of almost shrinks down in size a little bit, not like to tiny or anything, but just instead of looming over everyone, it kind of becomes just this normal humanoid shape and glides back over towards you and just kind of looks at you. You can tell that it's making eye contact with you, and it holds out its hand. And as it holds out its hand, you see 4 green dots kind of just floating in its hand. The rest of you can see this as well, but how would you like to respond?
I'll sort of take a beat from like looking into the abyss of its face sort of thing and look down to the green dots. I don't think they can come with you just quite yet, but we're working on it. We'll need you again soon. And I'll sort of just put my hand onto its chest as it sort of.
Yeah, but before it
Hey.
disappears, you see that you mentioned that the green dots can't come with you quite yet, and you see them just kind of fade away. And it doesn't talk to you or anything, but you get the sense that its purpose was to collect souls for you, and it has collected 0. And it was almost like saying, I did 4, but I don't have them. And that's when you reach out and, yeah, you almost like pull out the card, I'd say. And it kind of goes into the card as the rest of you see this figure disappear. And then you just feel the card, and it feels light still. It feels light in your hand. And you feel like it could one day have some weight to it.
Sort of do like the little flick of the card and spin it around and then spin it back. And then when I look back, it's the proper image it should be, with the ghost over the man in the bed and the candles all lit, and it's still and not moving. Flick it down my sleeve.
Now You See Me 4, coming to theaters near you. Cool.
Yeah, it'll be
You are now out of initiative. This is the ground floor. Out these doors down here would lead you out to the front of the tower again.
suppose now we've got the place to ourselves.
Finally take a breather.
Have a little look
Yeah,
around.
take a breather.
While this is all happening, I want to loot the bodies, especially the one like that feather cloak
Sure.
guy.
Yeah, give me your investigation, please.
While I'm leaning up against this table that I'm next to, I'll look over those documents and see if there's anything
16.
particularly relevant.
Sure. You can give me investigation as well. 16. Cool. You find this cloak he has is made up of these feathers, feathers from the likeness of the Vrox in the next floor that you now know is what would be coming. But you do see that 3 of the feathers have almost a golden sheen to them a little bit. So you can add 3 featherfall tokens.
Oh, nice.
Looking on the body is quite a long flask of reddish liquid. You can add a superior healing potion. And he also holds 8 gold on him. Ghost, you looking through these documents see kind of the same thing. Preparations for arrival. Again, it's not quite clear if it meaning arrival of Callie or arrival of this otherworldly being. These are more just very again, you got to think of this in a reverse order, that you've actually discovered the more detailed plans. But it is very much like recruitment documents as well. You know, with us you can be whole. With us you can acknowledge your changes and your weirdness and so on and so forth. And it's very much like
propaganda.
This is the grunt level. So this is like this guy was just a human, but you know he's obviously convinced these wereboars to come in here, and you can tell that even from these notes, it matches the handwriting, knife writing of the floor above and the carvings.
Sure. Okay. So that was his writing. Okay, cool. 23 on the dice. You didn't ask, but that's cool. Yeah, good. Thinking about that.
I guess on top of that, just because it's a high roll, I think you would also clock your wound that you got from the boar, and you can get 1 vial of lycanthrope blood, which you can see that could help remove a curse if applied quickly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So a one use thing that if someone gets hit in combat, I would say, let's say an hour. You've got an hour to treat it with this vial, and they'll be fine. Otherwise, you're going to have to use bigger measures, which you guys haven't had to deal with. But that would be like a restoration spell or something.
One vial.
1 dosage. So that's what you find on the bodies down here.
Nice.
Is there only the one sort of entrance into this place?
Yeah, it looks like these are those double doors that you could have come through. Again, remembering that this is not a Auckland airport, it's more like a Kerry kind of.
I'm only thinking,
and the windows. Sorry, there's the windows as well.
Of course. Are they? They seem like you could just sort of break in quite easily.
Yes. Yeah, they don't open as such. They're more for decoration, but very easily if you had shunted him, he would have smashed through the window.
Yeah. I was only thinking to maybe block the doors, but it doesn't seem worth it. In case there's more soldiers out and about.
You can give me a perception check looking through the windows. They are frosted, but to just check the courtyard, check the outside, see if there's any alarms that have been raised.
Perception plus 112.
Cool. 12, you can't see very far, but taking a beat to listen, you don't hear anything outside. It's that dead quiet kind of nothing's moving.
Shall we take a rest down here then?
That's not a bad call. I think our feathered friend here was responsible for the inscription upstairs. Makes me think there might be something more to it. I'm still holding on to something that I haven't needed in a while, but I could translate it. The weird inscription in that circle.
Sure. Yeah, if we can get any way to know what it means, or any
Pile of books too, right up your alley. As long as they're not going to turn into some sentient book golem or something.
You're like, why do you have to say that? Why do you have to say that?
Restarts frantically writing up a stat block.
Oh no. I mean, if you want to come with me.
I mean, could be worth checking the books, see what language they're in, at least.
All right. Happy for you guys to wait here. Be back in a minute. Yell out if anything happens.
All right, so just Ghost is going up to level 2?
I was hoping Hero was coming with me.
Oh, sure. Ghost and Hero. Okay. So, yeah, you guys get in the elevator.
Jalou can go.
and,
I can Jalou goes with them, and then the two of us can hold down here.
Gotcha.
Solid goal.
So, yeah, all three of you go back up. And again, you enter into this space that is now seeing it for a second time. It's definitely, on purpose, has been cleared as almost it now looks like that kind of place of worship with books just thrown into the middle to create this kind of ad hoc pile. Now, without a spirit of death floating above it, you can kind of see that it's meant to almost look like their books are ascending up. And then these scribbles, big carvings around the place. Again, the floor is only, a couple of feet away from you. You can't quite get a view of what the whole thing is, but maybe that's for the best. But yeah, the language is written in Abyssal.
That's cool. I will pull out something I've had for fucking forever, which is a potion of comprehension.
Right.
And sort of take a walk while, I guess, not only reading the physical language, but in being able to do that, taking a beat to see if this is actually some sort of like enchanted circle or something that could activate without me wanting to.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check, please.
I've been rolling. Oh no, actually, that's better than I thought it was. I was gonna say I've got really good modifiers on these intelligence checks at the moment. I've just been rolling garbage all day. But that was a 12 on the dice for a 22.
22. You kind of take in some of this language and you see the letters almost morph before your eyes, and you blink because this is weird that this potion has taken this effect on you. And it's almost like you're kind of hallucinating in one of those puzzles where you put your face close to it and pull it away slowly, and an image starts to create itself. And you see that in between these letters, or how they're curved out from the book's pile, they seem to start morphing, and you start to almost get a little bit worried, a little bit short of breath as you're deciphering this. And you do get a little bit of arcane insight that this might be a warded piece of language. But it's not a ward of destruction. It almost is a ward of binding. As you kind of start reading the final words that I've just sent to you. Here, are you doing anything while Ghost is moving around reading this?
I was thinking of trying to sort of help him a little bit, but then I see he's got the potion. I suppose while he's sort of just slowly walking around deciphering, I will head to the pile of books and I guess like without touching any of the books, sort of just be like looking up and down the pile.
Yep.
Maybe looking at the spines.
Yep.
Seeing, I guess, firstly if they're named in common or if they're in a different language. And I mean, I didn't look at the books in the tower when we arrived, but probably keeping an eye out for any oddly skin-looking books.
Uh-huh.
Or particularly one skin-looking book.
Yeah, give me investigation on those books.
Ugh. Investigation. 13.
None stand out to you. You look at that; they look like books that were from here. Flight logs, flight history, House Lyrander's inventions through the ages kind of thing. Travel over Khorvaire, maybe a travel guide or something. As you're looking amongst them, and yeah, the interesting thing is it doesn't seem like these books have any coherency or relation to each other. What's interesting is that you can see that there's a little bit of like liquid under them, and you kind of go down and you see that it's an oil of some sorts. It has yet to be lit.
Sort of dab a finger in and
Yeah, like
sniff it
it's
to be
like lantern oil.
yeah. A little perplexed by that. It will sort of over my shoulder to Ghost. Is there anything in that inscription about fire or the burning of books?
I don't really know what this means. He's pulled out one of his like small notebooks and is starting to like write the common translation. I'll message it to you. I don't. Nothing about fire.
No? Okay.
This
don't worry
is a
about it
lot
then.
scarier.
Question to you as a player, Michael, is: did you write out the whole thing?
Maybe I'm frozen.
No,
I missed that, Reese. One more time.
Did you write out the whole thing in your notebook, the translation?
Did I write out the whole thing?
Yes. I imagine if you're showing Hera, then yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a wisdom.
Yeah,
save.
Very loaded question.
Yeah,
give you a what?
a wisdom save, please. Oh, sigh.
Wisdom. Feeling. I imagine I finish writing and like something happens to me.
What was the wisdom save?
Well, it's a 15, but I can make that bigger with a reaction.
As you finish writing it out in common, you've translated it in your head, and even though the letters were morphing in front of you, that was weirding you out, but you now realize that maybe it was the words themselves that were weirding you out, and having finished writing it in common, you now see what you have written, and that scares you. And that's what the wisdom save triggers is this like basically a failed save will result in some madness.
Oh, sure. Gotcha.
As Hera can share the load finally. So are you choosing to I haven't said whether that's a fail or not yet.
Yeah, I will absolutely try and force this out of my brain.
Yep.
So in a flash of genius, I snap the book shut.
Gotcha. You say, Hera, come look at this. I've written it, and snap the book shut. A 22 is a pass.
A
lot of uses.
I can't read it if you close the book.
I kind of look over at Jalug.
He does not give any useful tips.
No, of course not. Whatever this is, it has something to do with binding, and it has some very dark connotations for the Yellow Emperor. As I finished writing, it almost drove me mad. I looked very seriously to Hera.
I think Jalug will almost have a little bit of a look to the ground as well. Not that either of you would notice it, but like because he had his moment in the tower at the observatory, kind of just. I don't know what Jonah would do, but he might reflect on that of being like, oh, maybe this is something that can affect anyone kind of thing. But carry on, you two.
I think it's a really bad idea to set those books ablaze. I think it's a fucking fantastic idea for us to destroy whatever these inscriptions are. It's some sort of binding ritual or unbinding ritual.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea then. Should we do we just scratch over the floor, over the markings? Is that as simple as that, or
You're the wizard, man.
that's true? I suppose if there's no, if we're not doing the incantation, if it's just the markings on the ground, then there should not be. If we just change the markings and unscribe it, then surely the arcane nature behind it will fall.
I check that in my intelligence banks.
This is also slightly
Seems
different.
about right.
It's not magic that I'm using, but I mean, it's all pretty similar, I guess. Do you have anything to scrape the floor with? Look to the
Jalug
giant sword.
presses a button and ignites his sunblade. Something like this.
That's
Yeah,
not
but-
hot, is it?
I don't know. Puts it to the floor and starts singeing across some of these symbols. Seems to work.
Yeah, just watch the oil.
Yeah, it goes a little too close to the books. And
All right, carefully.
Also, can use his great sword as well. So between the three of you, you're like altering these letters or kind of scratching the floor or something. Is that the idea?
Essentially,
Yeah,
just doing
Yeah.
big lines through everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
So as you kind of start that, and the more you continue here, the more you get that there's kind of no way you would be able to translate this now. As you kind of continue doing so, and downstairs,
I suppose-
Molokov and Puck, you hear, because it's only one floor above you, just a sunblade pokes through a little bit. What's happening downstairs? What are you two doing?
Molokov's just been doodling. Skyreach.
To be clear, this is the ground floor, right?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna have it be peeking out the windows a little bit, and also just checking that the doors are locked and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
And probably
have a
move the
look around
bodies.
and
Honestly, I guess to move the bodies so they're not if you looked in a window, you wouldn't see dead
Sure.
bodies.
Yeah, cool. The windows are frosted, but yeah, that's a good idea. And you also see the rope trick outside. If you do a quick perimeter check, that's still there.
Well, actually,
It's gone now.
I should say that only lasts for an hour, so you see a pile of roughly kind of half-coiled rope on the floor.
Nice. Clear the bodies out of the way, put them in. Molokov, any contribution or just helping out?
I definitely won't let Puck do that alone. We'll help out with that, but otherwise, I think just sitting around, maybe fixing a few things on the armor, or I think just recovering for the moment.
Nice.
Puck will be going through his
Maybe
bag as
pulling
well.
out
being
those. I was just saying, maybe pulling out those lungs and having a look, and
Okay.
maybe just probably won't attune to them yet, but we'll have a look and
Sure.
see if there's any potential for modifications later.
Sure. And
Yeah.
Puck?
Digging through, trying to find things that we can use to set a trap, but I don't have a lot of stuff myself. But like thinking about, okay, well, next steps after we leave here, how are we rigging a trap? What are we doing?
Yep. Definitely something to think about, and what your next destination will be out of the choices you have, of any of those three. Cool. Go back upstairs, and this is now 20 minutes has passed, half an hour, and you finish scratching over the scratches and making it completely unreadable. I don't know how long that potion lasts for Ghosts, but you can now not even comprehend what this is.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. So I imagine as we were going through, like Jaluk will go over a patch, and then I'll look back and still see one of those symbols translate. I'll be like,
Yep.
a little bit more there, and like just completely make this.
There's a stage where they translate to something different, and now they can't even be translated. It's just wear and tear on the floor.
Cool. All right, I'm happy with that. Oh, dear Lord. That's insane. I've never had just words, try and assault my mind like that.
Maybe I think there is more.
For real. That's a fair call.
So,
Yeah, I do like a good one of those like romancy novels every now and then. Back when I was a lot more of a drunk, it was kind of a little guilty pleasure.
well, I suppose this particular area that we're in, maybe we need to just be careful about what we're actually reading. Imagine it's very easy to go mad here.
Yeah. Great fun. I imagine this might have had something to do with the whole purpose of this place too, in some way. A sort of small ritual to put the Emperor into the minds of whoever's near.
It makes me think, actually, we should check the man, the priest downstairs. Check his ear for worms.
Very cool. It has been a minute. Maybe others picked it up. Should we go sit down for a bit while we think about how we rid this place to blow? Or whatever it is that I'm doing.
Yeah. Actually, why don't maybe just us before we go too far? Can you check my ears?
Yeah.
Cut to credits.
Yeah, of course. Cut to black. I pull out the gem of the fractured gem of true seeing, which is not attuned to, but I use it as kind of a magnifying glass.
Oh, sure.
And I will investigate the inside of Hera's air canals.
Hera?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. Is there anything in my ears?
Give me an investigation check, Ghost. With advantage with this.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Natural 20 again.
Nice. Of all the rolls, of all
For
the
a fucking
rolls.
30 twice.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't really know how to reward 2 natural 20s for a total of 30. Except
There's
maybe
nothing there. There's
no.
nothing.
Well, that's the thing is that there is no earworm in her head. They have to be placed there. They do not grow. Which sure,
That was
I
all-
get. That's what you're
Yeah,
thinking,
that was
Hera.
my
But
concern.
I'm gonna say that with the effects of this true seeing glass, like you're not attuned to it, but maybe you're looking and you're like, this is pretty gross. But there's definitely no living creature in here.
You got a bit of build up in the left one.
I'm thinking maybe like you angle the lens and like the rings on the floor inside Bilbo's house, and Gandalf touches it, and the flash of Sauron's eye happens. I think you get a flash of a yellow set of eyes, and you drop the lens, and ting, 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 and that your heart is like racing, and you sense that you're holding the book again, your notebook.
Your ears are clear. I'm sorry. Clumsy fingers.
That's all right. I don't know. I just sort of panicked for a second there.
I like that Hera's panic is exactly as monotone as she normally is.
No, I don't know. I had a thought. I'm not quite sure how they work, but better to be safe than sorry, I guess.
What languages do you speak? That we've definitely talked about this before.
I know Giant's
That we
one
might
because
have in
that always
common?
shocks me.
Yeah, I know common, giant, and orc.
Oh, we actually don't share any. I have telepathy. What am I doing with my life? So I'll speak into your head.
Jaluga's just like, do you want me to check your ears or?
Nah, I get a pinky in there all the time. I know I'm sweet. But I'll speak into your head here and say, I don't think it's your ears you've got to be concerned about. I think he's touching your mind.
I will sort of look over to Jalug and sort of back to Ghost, and if I reply in my head, can you hear it? Or do I have to
No.
speak out loud? No. Oh.
Jalug
You have an earring,
moves
right?
far enough away that he is out of earshot.
No, it's less that I'll sort of.
Jesus, way to make the new guy feel welcome.
yeah.
He's only like fought by your side, been cut up, and now you're like, oh, actually, fuck off. I don't want you hearing this.
The thing is like,
No, that was-
Jalug is also an intelligent being. He's like, you guys are clearly talking to each other in your heads. Like, I can see you like looking at each other, being like,
No, I'll just, and sort of in response to that, I'll go, he is, but I just wasn't sure how the process worked for those.
You hear again in your head as I sort of stand up and like, I've got many of these little notebooks and I'm very tempted to fucking tear it up, but I'll for now like shove it into the bag of holding and tuck away the gem again. And just the last thing you hear is like, I think you need to tell them. All of them. We got to trust each other, right? They'll look out for you as well.
hey, no one
That's
said
all.
anything in a long time. Are you guys all good?
No.
I sort of looked at Jalug and go, "You up for a rest?"
Yes.
Maybe we need a rest first.
So yeah, you all kind of reflecting on that thought in your head here. You all kind of pile back into the elevator, go back down to the ground floor, come out. You see that a bit of tidy up has happened down here. Puck, you would have checked the body for an earworm. I'm sure there is no earworm in this priest. You see them come back. Yeah, this is now getting on to near an hour later, and you're all on the bottom floor.
Question for the table. We picked up 2 superior potions from the floaty dockmaster upstairs. Who has those? Did anyone note
Sorry,
them down? Other
Picked up
than
what?
me?
Sorry, what was it?
2 superior healing potions.
I think I took one and Jalug took one,
Mhm.
and I just found another one,
Okay.
which I'm very happy to give to someone because I don't need another one.
I would love one. I'm
Yep, I hand
low
it
on
straight over.
supplies.
Yeah, I've got 2 graders and 2 normals, so I'm all right for now.
Oh, hey, Tari, get over here.
What's up?
So, dude.
Got a gift for you. That little dagger's not doing too much when we get into big fights like this. Since you're a little more useful standing back, I'm going to give him a crossbow. Because I have one.
Gets it. He's like, "Wow, I've never used a crossbow before."
It's this is a light model.
Like fires one into the wall.
Jeez.
Whoa, that's really cool. No, he's appreciative of that, and he goes, "So, I guess no such luck on anyone being at this location."
No friends.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. That just rules out this place. Means they're more likely to find them at the next one. Pat him on the back.
I like your thinking. Well, where should we go next? I saw some of the plans upstairs. Can make some sort of sense of them, but do we have an idea?
I'm thinking we go to the
Well-
power station. So we do need to try and set a trap upstairs, but I think we go to the power station next.
Power station. Gotcha. I can start working on maybe some sort of way there. He pulls out his notes of the street maps and kind of compares them with yours, Puck. It might take me a little while, but yeah, I can definitely get started on the best route forward.
Good idea.
Yeah, there's the notes on 4th as well. From what I was reading, it looks like you could maybe triangulate a little bit of a direction for us to go in.
Yeah,
It kind
yeah.
of hinted at a location.
You can see that that gets him a little bit excited. The navigation side of things, yeah. I think I saw some notes as well. That's yeah, I can do that. Definitely feels confident in the tracking kind of side of things rather than the combat side of things. Do you think it's safe to traverse the floors? You guys aren't going to set any traps without telling me, right?
No, whatever trap we do set will be of grand design. We won't
Okay.
blow you up. I promise.
All right, I'll be back. And he jots over to
I'll
the
come with you.
elevator and starts heading up. Yeah, so basically he's just removing himself from the conversation a bit so that you guys can plan.
I'll tell you. What I'll say is, I'll send Envy with you,
Oh,
just in case.
who's a good bot? Tink, tink, tink. Pats the middle.
No reaction. You're just like 2 little tippy tappies.
Love it.
Fuck. You were on the 3rd level. You were down close to the controls, fighting that goblin. Did it look like I knew he was changing the direction of the winds? Did it look like they each point had like a center hold where the wind is not going either direction? Almost to turn off the winds? I'm just trying to think whether that will help keep the fog around, make the building harder to spot for Keely.
Yeah, you would have seen different. You didn't look in detail, obviously, but there were different settings. And the main setting you kind of got from, and the artificers might have walked past as well, is that you've got external winds for sending ships out, incoming winds to help guide them in, and then obviously you could turn it fully off. You could turn them fully to max. You could put them on. Someone would always be operating it. Yeah.
I had a thought about them. You're right, switching them off is a great idea. But I think just a little bit of time and effort between me and Molokov, we could splice the arcane circuits for them. So if they decided to turn them on again, either forward or backwards, they'd overclock and essentially catastrophically mechanically fail.
I like the sound of that.
As long as it hurts, I think we want to make it more than, it's inconvenient to land. We want to make it dangerous and potentially life-threatening.
How do the ships come in? Is it like a platform that they sort of land on, or is it kind of like two side bits that, I don't know, clamp in to hold it in place? What kind of landing gear are we working with?
Yeah, so they would come because it's a smaller tower. You saw some of the smaller ships being built inside, but anything of the size of what you got on the vision of Kelly would come up next to the tower and take off. Come up next to the tower, they'd almost form lanes of sorts. So to give you an idea of that overclocking, if it was an incoming wind, that ship might come in too fast and hit the tower. Or if it was an external wind, it might not be able to reach the tower without having to fight through the wind and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does. Did you say someone has to be there operating them to, or can we sort of potentially jam them in to?
You 100% could
Just be-
set. Yeah, you could set them to something. I was more meaning someone would be operating them if a ship was coming in, because one might be leaving, so they might go a little bit of external on the left side. Oh, one's coming in. Okay, come in on the internal on the right side. Now it's landed. Set it to neutral. So on and so forth. Someone would constantly be just moving them slowly up and down, just shifting the winds around the tower. But yeah, you absolutely could set both to be external, which would be nothing could approach the tower, or have a very hard time approaching the tower, or set them completely both to internal, and you'd come in for landing and almost get sucked towards the tower, which would take a pilot off guard if it didn't know it was happening.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it sounds pretty destructive to me. Speaking on that, just what Hera said before about visibility, did we notice coming up to it at all? Was there any, like a tall building has those red lights on top? Was there anything like that, like a lighthousey thing?
Yeah, I'd say that as you
there
climbed
was?
up the rope trick, this tower has glowing lanterns on the side. On one side would be red, on the other side would be, I think it's blue. Is that port and starboard?
Maybe.
Good question. You know more about the color of aviation lights than I do, apparently.
But yeah, the tower, again, not a monstrous tower in Sharn, but it definitely follows the regulations that House Lyrander would have put on it. We'll say like gargoyles or something that are holding lanterns that are giving off faint red glows.
Might be worth trying to extinguish those somehow.
Or reverse them. If they're getting sucked in towards the tower and happen to be on the wrong side of the entry port, then you're not just getting sucked in with vicious force, you're getting sucked into the side of the thing with vicious force.
Just my thought, is that something we want to try and combine? If we can control where they're going to go or what they're going to impact, can we combine that with that dragon shard with fireball in it?
Yeah.
If we can force them to go to a certain spot and blow it up.
Yeah. Do we like? I know with the dragon shards, obviously anyone can cast the spell.
Yep.
If the shard itself is damaged or broken, does the spell just release or does the spell dissipate?
I'm going to say like you would need to. It's a tricky one because they are just spell holding vessels. But
Yeah.
much like when you crash the airship, you shoved the feather token coin into the dragon shard and kind of almost caused it to overdrive. So I would say, yeah, with enough force coming into a dragon shard, it would just release the spell. If you kind of wore down a dragon shard over time, I would say that the spell would just dissipate. But yeah, if you create enough force on one, I'd say that for this purpose, it could release the fireball.
Yeah, because I
Especially with
like
a spell like fireball.
Yes.
yeah, my thinking was if we can get, like you say, the ship to land somewhere specifically or hit somewhere specifically, could we leave the dragon shard in a spot so that the ship hits the dragon shard and then kaboom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
That's kind of my thought as well,
Actually,
especially if we could force it up, because that's where people will be standing on the ship, force it up into the ceiling, bang. I also have several vials of lantern oil we could use as well to kind of
I was just thinking that. Because if we
make the explosion worse, or at least kind of like longer lasting in a lot of ways, of like the oil burns and then sticks around after the fireball's gone off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was thinking sort of that Skyrim, the oil pots have the dragon shard below. Because the other thing that I recall is that fire is kind of just an ongoing thing here.
That is correct. Yes.
So if we lit a candle or something, it wouldn't go out. Is what I'm saying. And we could just.
You mean to say that the small
as an ignition
magical?
point.
I have a small magical candle that never goes out. Like, isn't like once you if you light it, kind of thing. Like it never wears itself down. You mean to tell me that that's useless now?
In the Mournlands. In the Mournlands.
Just
Yeah.
That does give you a little bit of a flashback, Hera, that the books were ready to be set on fire upstairs. But yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Going to need some more specific details of what direction you're going to be setting everything in. But I think the way to do this is a skill challenge. So you need, I'm going to say 5 successes to pull this off. And same thing, you can't use one back to back from another, but depending on the description of it, that will set the DC. I think that's the best way to set this trap, as you kind of, because you're all going to be at different points of the building. There's been a few ideas being put out. What I'm getting is you're going to try and pull the ship in at speed, make it hit and contact something, either breaking the ship and the tower. That sets off a dragon shard, explosion, oil, lots of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
like so many elements too. So speaking in character, but like quickly for like as far as the skill challenge goes for all of us, there's the cranes up above as well, which you could set to hang your liquids in, so if the ship contacts with it and it spills over the top as it comes in. between Hera and either myself or Molokov, we could sort of jerry rig a triggering mechanism to make sure that there's a lot of impact that goes into the shard, whether it's like pinpointed or not. There's splicing the actual machines themselves and like permanently setting them to a sucked in thing.
Try and potentially use
there's
the
those-
cranes to move those existing the ships that are there, sort of half built. We can almost try and put them outside in the spot that they would need to be docking in. So it's just yet another fucking thing in their way. Again, if we can sort of do a light trick to try and disguise something like that, they might with that being sucked in, it's just yet another thing for them to crash
the
into.
light's activated so that like, oh, we know that the left port is clear, we're going for that one. Into this shit. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so there's a few things to do, and there's stuff that will, if you do it smartly, you won't have to skill check for it, to a point, obviously. So let's hear them. Let's try and get five successes.
Oh no! I thought we were building up to and we'll try that again. I'll try that next week.
No. We're going to set this trap now.
All right.
I will use my grapnel gun and like acrobatics sort of stuff is my intention to shoot myself up into the ceiling to like tie a rope here or to fasten the dragon shard to the ceiling or that and the that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to say that's a good old DC 15.
Is that something I need to roll? I mean, I've rolled below a 15, but with am I adding anything to it?
You said
like acrobatics?
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is you name the skill, and I'll set the DC.
Yeah. No, all good. That's a 25.
Nice. Yeah, you start flying up around the place and setting these ropes, setting any pulleys or hooks or anything around the building. That is definitely a success for sure.
We're gonna have to make several. We'll do the engines last. The actual turbine, sorry. Let's see.
I do have one off the bat. I can
Go for it.
I can give a go at now. I have a fucking shitload of pittance.
Pittance.
And
Didn't pittance come in handy at the end of last campaign as well?
I think they did.
Yes,
I
they
think
did.
for multiple things, the pittance that Rogar carried around were useful. Because they are. It's nice to be able to stick something in the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I'd like to do here. Because you said the lights that were like sort of going up and down, they're sort of like hanging on like a gargoyle or like something like that. Yeah. So I think before going out there and like trying to do anything, I think I'd like to look at any of the we said we found like some plans of the building and stuff like that, and just sort of maybe try and figure out what the lights mean, why they're in the positions they're in. Maybe looking at like a Sky Pilots for Dummies thing. And what the skill check I'm trying to make, because it's going to be hard work, I think, is sort of getting out there with the rope and pittance, maybe even borrowing one of the twin hammers from Ghost there, and sort of getting out there, hammering one in, and making my way over to where the lights are, taking them off, sort of moving them over like 10 feet or 20 feet, wherever they need to go to try and distort the view of the tower.
Okay.
As we were trying to do, and potentially whichever sort of docking station or docking point we're trying to go towards, I'll try and get there. And the skill I am trying to use is athletics, because I feel like that's very hard work.
Yeah. That's a lot of climbing. It's a lot of
Mm.
climbing with one hand and grabbing a lantern and moving it, and then having to remove the other lantern before putting the next one in, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to say 18 for the check.
Oh, yep. Okay. Got my flash of genius ready. Actually, can I guide myself for this as well?
You can use any resources you feel adequate for this. You also have an advantage from Jalug if you need it.
I was about to say, why don't you take Jalug with you? You're both strong. We can.
That's a
give
good
you the-
point. I might ask Chalug to sort of maybe stand on the level above when I'm trying to go there, and he can sort of hold a rope to maybe
Yep.
I can sort of rest on it and give
You can
myself some.
abseil. Fuck
That's cool.
Yeah, it's sort of like
I love this.
lean
I
back,
love this.
lean back, and like give myself a break for a second, and then get back into it. Cool. I will have advantage in guide. A natural 20
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
with a 3 on the guidance, so
Yep.
a total of 30.
Nice. You set it up exactly how you want it to.
Lovely.
2 successes.
2 successes.
All right, we got hanging shit in the way. Puck's setting up the lantern oil and that sort of thing. And then there's the actual triggering of the dragon shard. So I want to guarantee that happens. So bringing out my tinkerer's tools and bits and pieces, and I've still got the old that old tripod that we once used to channel a sending message through a dragon shard. I'll start making adjustments to it to set it up in such a way that we're aiming for this. Let's say it's just the left-hand port. Maybe working off one of the ropes that Puck has strung up, guaranteeing that when that rope is pushed or tripped, or this airship comes into this port side or is sucked into this port side, this mechanism will apply an additional impact force into the back of the shard to sort of set it off. So what I'm looking to use here is essentially my tinkerer's skill, which might be sleight of hand or just my tinkerer's proficiency.
Yeah, okay. If you're going to go with sleight of hand, it's going to be a bit more difficult because you've got to have to get these points exactly right. So I'm going to say it's going to be an 18 again.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, 18.
Cool. I will absolutely guide myself for this. Looking through my old diagrams of when I'd first created this thing and thinking about the mechanism and just referring back to it. Quickly forming a copper spring. Tempering it with fire I don't have. It doesn't need to be tempered.
I've got that little candle.
Got a little candle? Well, it's okay because that's...
I also have my flaming sword if you need heat.
This is true.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, just pin that up here for a second. It's all right. It was a 13 on the dice, plus 1 for guidance, plus 5 for my sleight of hand, so 19.
Nice. There's a couple of moments where you're like, don't set it off now. You know what I mean? The spring is loaded, and you're like, oh, I just want to see if the dragon shard fits. And you put it in, and then the spring goes, and you're like, oh, take the dragon shard out. Tighten that up over there, adjust that bolt. But yeah, it is set so that when you put the dragon shard in, it will only go on the impact. But just for safety, you don't put the dragon shard in just yet. Because that's 3 successes, and you haven't had a failure yet, and I wouldn't want the dragon shard to be anywhere near the device if that failure occurs.
That's very true.
I'll put it in last. You prime it, and I'll shoot up and pop it in very carefully with a sleight of hand or something.
Here, anything from you?
That.
No.
No.
Hera, anything from you?
Yeah, I've been thinking if there's anything I can.
She's good at that.
Yeah. I did think
Yeah.
about
Hey, go on.
whether I can go to the third level where the fans or like the wind system is. I just didn't really know which skill to use. I guess maybe investigation or arcana.
Remember, you can use a base skill as well, like intelligence or just strength or whatever.
Yeah, I suppose. Essentially, what I want to try and do is work out where slash how the power of arcane energy is going into this system slash machine and work out if I can maybe pull some wires out of something and or put more essentially I'm trying to work out if we can surge the power
Okay.
so that if we flip the switch instead of just being blowing in or blowing out, it's fucking like
Gale force.
shooting out or shooting in sort of thing, making it
Yep.
more difficult than it should be. And seeing if I can sort of
I wanted to do this as well. So I don't know if I can give you the help action on it.
yeah,
but,
I was going to say I might ask Go Stephen for like some of the more mechanical side of it to get that sort of knowledge off of him, but knowing that a lot of it is going to be arcanely powered, so working out how it's all worked together, seeing if we can maybe push it so that we only have to use one side, but it's getting power from both of the sides, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's the one.
it's with your know-how ghost and your kind of arcane insight here, I think together you can kind of it's a bit foreign to you with this machinery and stuff like that, but you do understand the arcane power behind it. So yeah, you could do an arcana check, and I think I'll keep it at the 18, but you can roll with advantage.
Yeah. 25.
Nice. Between you and Ghost, you set it so that once the controls are put in place, it will oversurge itself continuously. Like it won't just do a big push; it will kind of be on overdrive.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
4 successes.
Gone awfully smoothly.
Yes. Don't screw this last one up.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up,
just
Molotov.
check
Why would you say
something
that? Fucking wrong. What's wrong with you, dude?
Other than dropping
everything's
this
gone.
thing on.
Yeah, everything's gone
is
smoothly,
great.
guys.
We
What's the
can't
last thing we need
lose.
to do?
Just as I say that, I'm like still hanging off the thing. Hera turns on the machine and I get sucked into the hook.
I had an idea essentially, which is what I said before, which is I can try and sleight of hand for the last thing to put the dragon shard in place, unless someone else has another idea of something that they'd like to do.
So sleight of hand's been used.
Has
Already
it?
done that.
Oh. Why would you talk
you've
about
already
best
said
attributes?
That's
That's fine. I can do it
already
as a
used,
straight dex.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Other than that,
if someone has another idea.
Yeah, well, we can use the cranes to drop in one of these ships and like use the cranes themselves to hold it because it'll be trying to fucking force its way through, but creating that blockage near the front. So that's the other thing that they get to crash into
Yeah, I like that.
while setting off all of this stuff.
And to me, that feels like a good place to set up like the detonation. You know, if it's something right in the way, sort of,
Yes.
it'll be the first thing they hit on the
Yeah.
outside. You know.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's the
just
idea.
to create a bit of tension, what we're going to do is we're going to place the dragon shard with the cranes in this thing. The wind turbines start going, and the air is coming through it. It's going to be a 20 for your dex roll as you set up the last piece of this puzzle.
Oh, is that all? Is that you, Puck?
It's got to be tough.
I can take that. I can take that. If anyone wants to give me any of the
not-
advantages,
I
that
thought.
they
Sorry,
can.
I thought the roll wanted to be dex. I think it's appropriate
it's fine.
you're
Yeah.
carefully putting this in here.
Yep, that's cool. That's cool.
I will absolutely guide you.
Yep.
I don't think you can stack guidance, can you?
No,
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I'll sort of
Okay.
play it though as like I'll be sort of standing there at the doorway, sort of trying to literally guide it through.
Yep. Am I able
Yep,
to use
I'll be-
my
Yes,
Jaloog advantage?
you sure are.
Great.
And I'll be standing by the crane controls just in case it looks like something's going to slip. I might be able to use the crane to
Great.
stop that from happening.
Assist. Yep. So Puck will begin climbing up cautiously using his boots and other things to get up. And I rolled a 15 on one dice. I rolled a 4 on the D4. And I rolled a natural 20 on the other dice.
Oh yes.
So that would make it a total of 29 without anything else.
Nice.
Love to hear it.
As everyone kind of works together to put this dragon shard. And remember, shards aren't big. And you see the little embers of the fireball inside the shard as you put it down, and it remains in place. The trap being set is now live. You feel the winds outside pulling in towards this tower, like the mists are almost kind of creating that vortex look about them. Any airship approaching this tower now will be met quite quickly with fire and brimstone.
Sick.
Ah,
Go
Hey.
team.
good work, guys. This is awesome.
Shall we go and
Thanks,
see
Tari.
Work well
how
together.
how Tari's gone with finding a Sarut?
Walks through the door and like a bunch of papers fly out and hit the dragon shard. Hey guys, we're still. No, he'll kind of.
We did say we were gonna tell him it was in a trap.
No, he will kind of meet you guys down the bottom, and yeah, all right. I think I've got a direction to this geothermal station. That's where we want to go next.
Sure is. Next best bet.
All right.
How long have we been awake?
Um,
How long have we been here?
Yeah, I was thinking about that before.
you kind of think about it, and you realize that you're not sure how much time has
That's fine.
passed. But you think back, and you left at midnight. You arrived at the Star Tower. You fought some things there. You met Tari. You left. You wandered the streets. You met a Hollyphant. You got to the tower. You went to the top floor. You made your way down the building. You investigated the building. You scratched out some carvings on the ground. You've set up a trap with cranes, and you've start feeling a little bit sore in your muscles.
Has been a day.
I am quite expended, as they say.
But
I
yet
think-
again, you look outside and the sun, you can't see it through the clouds, but it appears to be at, I think, what do we call it, about 3 o'clock
Yeah.
eternally. And it doesn't
Shall
get
we-
dark.
Shall we get out of this place just in case someone does show up? And then find somewhere maybe along the way that we can board the doors and have a bit of a rest?
Sounds like a good idea.
Do we?
Alright.
How long does your alarm last, there, Ghost? It might be nice to know at least if someone walks in.
Well, 8 hours, but didn't I didn't prepare it before we came. I thought there was
Gotcha.
other
Yeah,
things that might be
that's fair enough. We came to fuck shit up.
more
I've
important.
also got like no utility shit at the moment.
I have
It's
only utility,
all...
and a little bit of self-preservation, and that's
yeah,
it.
all my stuff today was like the buffs to my weapons and the buffs to my armors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
is
I've
why
never
I've got
taken-
21 AC at the
Yep,
moment.
yep.
I've never
Right.
taken lesser restoration or enhance ability before, but like both of those are in here as well, just because I was
Oh,
like,
and
just
they've-
in case,
Nice.
just in case, just
They've
in
also
case,
helped
you know?
as well.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
very...
Okay, Tari gets to the door and goes, wait, are we going straight there, or where are we going?
We should probably find a spot to settle in for a few hours and catch some rest.
You see
I'm
a
still
look of
bleeding.
concern flash across Tari's face, and he goes, we can take it slowly if you want, but he looks down at his belt at the 3 vials of watchful rest, and he goes, I wouldn't be closing my eyes in here.
Hera, you had some of that as well. Who else took the fluff? I can't remember.
What's it for?
Luke
Sorry.
definitely has one.
Hey,
The potion of watchful rest. I think
I have one, but I
Luke
didn't take
definitely
it.
has one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think we
Jalud has one, Puck used one,
I've used mine up. Yeah.
I think
and
Tari someone
has
gave
3.
one to me and I used it.
Ah,
Yeah,
The-
you and sorry. So then that means Jalud does not have one because you
Yeah.
and Puck used it the night of
The rest
teleporting
before
in.
we came here because I
Yep.
didn't want to sleep before going there
which
because I
is
didn't
also
know that-
very valid.
Yeah.
there.
At that point as well, Tari does look at his belt and then looks up at the 6 people in this room.
So someone's going to have to face the dreams.
I could have sworn that one of us also took more fur with the intention of making some of these later.
We did,
but I can't.
but we
remember
haven't
who that
made
was.
any. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Hera. I think it
and
was
that's-
Hera who took
that's-
it, but
Oh, the fur from the Holyphant. Yes.
Yeah.
But you haven't
Yeah.
created them yet, though.
no,
Yeah, I definitely don't have any in my inventory.
I'm not afraid to stay awake or to, face the dreams.
I could also sleep.
Mechanically,
I think.
Puck has advantage on being frightened,
Mhm.
so I think that's probably a safe bet. Well,
Yeah.
as good of a
Yeah,
passive ability as we're
yeah.
going to maybe come across.
We're talking mechanically. I think the person with a +1 million intelligence saving though might be a good call as well.
But not the highest wisdom saving throws.
True, and wisdom. Yeah, sorry, frightened stuff is that. But I was also just thinking Yellow Emperors throwing out a lot of psychic abilities in there.
Yeah. It'll be your
Intelligence,
wisdom, your
yes.
charismas, and intelligence.
Mm.
Is the intention that everyone
Yes,
takes the potion?
Well, so that's
That's-
up for
that's-
interpretation. Is
That's
that
what we're saying.
Tari holds 3 of them, and they were clearly for him. He's been taking them one at a time when he's needed to. Smashed some against the bear, and is left with 3. He's now looking at his belt and then clocking that there are 6 people in this room. As he kind of gives the warning of you probably don't want to sleep here. He's
Do you
not saying
mean
it.
like-
He's not saying it threateningly or kind of thing. Like I'm sure he would not be fully selfish, but at the same time as well, he's packed his bag and
Does he? Do we get it? I'll even ask him. Does he mean here, as in this tower, or here, as in the Mournlands?
The Mournlands.
The Mournlands. Weird stuff happens when we cross over to that plane. As you probably know, I'm descended from Dream State but it's not good. You can see it's really shaking him. And give me an insight check, Molokov, actually.
Sure.
Ow.
You right?
Yep. Just many.
My good luck streak for the session is over. That's a 4.
A 4. You feel like there's something behind his eyes that no earworms or anything, but like there's something that he's not fully being open with. But what you get with it is that maybe Tari has not slept for a long time.
Ooh.
And in another life, you know the effects of that. But Molokov doesn't quite, but you can imagine that, he kind of loses his, if you want to call it charm, for just a split second before. I'm sure we can find like you said, Puck, a place to board up and at least stay safe from what's out in the streets.
Maybe part of being on watch will be checking that no one's having a nightmare and waking them, if they are.
He gives a nod. Again, finding a lot of reassurance in Puck. His bluntness is kind of comforting to him. Right. Well, we may as well start moving then. It starts opening the doors. As you will kind of follow out, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do before they leave.
I just want to grab my rope from outside, please.
Yep. Grab your rope. Kind of look back at the building, and you can see up in the clouds the wind patterns have changed. You know that you'll be listening out for an explosion of some sorts in the near future. And you start...
How many pittons would I have used throughout all of that?
You could have recollected them as well as you come back. So I'll say take away a quarter of them.
Yeah, cool.
And you start the slow jog out into the mists again, and you hear your footfalls, but there's no echo, there's no reverberation or anything, as that eerie dead silence re-engulfs around. And that's where we'll end. As the trap is set, that was cool. I like that.
That's a fucking great track too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think so.
Kelly arrives by foot.
It's all a red herring. No, very cool.
Callie crashed on the way, and she is dead. She's already dead.
Reese has been rolling
like one of those
adult blue dragons just in the background.
The most anticlimactic things. Actually, freak accident, by the way, slipped on a banana peel and fell over and clipped the side of the railing, and she's dead.
The ship she stole is out of petrol. Like, it wasn't filled up. So she's still in Shan.
She took off and he was just like, and slowly coming back down. Lands just outside the city wall and he's literally running away from the guards.